Reporting for the Augusta Free Press, I'm Chris Graham. The aftermath of Barack Obama's historic presidential election victory on Tuesday, and we're here, I think, at ground zero for the win in Virginia. Staunton voted a majority for Barack Obama, joining Harrisonburg in doing so in the Valley. But more significant than just a couple of majorities in cities here in the Shenandoah Valley, Barack Obama ran surprisingly very strongly here throughout the Valley, pulling 55,000 more votes in the 6th district than certainly Republicans had wanted to see by their targets. And the margin here providing a very important base for the Barack Obama victory in Virginia, which itself was historic. The first time since 1964 that a Democrat has won the state of Virginia, since Lyndon Johnson. And it all started right here. In June, the Barack Obama campaign beginning to build its roots in the Shenandoah Valley with an office in Harrisonburg, then in Staunton. A lot of activity out of this office that went to Augusta County, Waynesboro, and this was the hub of operations for the Barack Obama campaign, the hub of operations for the historic win that we saw on Tuesday night.
It's magic what happened there with just the two people from the outside building on the Democratic organization's base here. But these wonderful volunteers, and we had probably hundreds of people that were so enthused about the candidates, about working for Obama especially, but also for Senator Warner and for Sam Rasool, and gave of their time, of their people who had never been involved before. You know, with one family here registered 10 people, never been registered before, elderly people and so forth. So there was a level of excitement. Yesterday, when we were closing down that office, people were coming by to get souvenir yard signs and so forth for their family history books, for their grandchildren, for their school classes.
Well, I think like a lot of people, I just had enough after 2004. We had gotten involved then, but maybe a little bit too late, and I wish I could have done more then. I was just so frustrated after the outcome of that election that I swore it wasn't going to happen again, so it was really important to us this time to give a lot more time.
Yeah, to this level, definitely. In 2004, I was a poll worker, and this year, this election, I've been taking lots of time to canvass, knock on doors, work headquarters, do whatever I could to make it happen. And, you know, 8 years of failed policies has made me want to make a difference. And we saw, especially here in Virginia, how each vote mattered. You know, this was a close race here, and each individual made a difference. And so, you know, I couldn't sit back and let this one get away from us.
I felt the need and the call to participate. Didn't want to think about what I could have done if it had lost. So I said, hey, look, I need to give it all I got, so then when the smoke is cleared, I'll be, I have a peace of mind as to, hey, look, I gave it all.
A few moments that you remember in life, and for me it was the assassination of John F. Kennedy. When we first put a man on the moon, I remember that. I know exactly where I was. 9/11, of course, most recently. I'll always remember turning around and looking at that 10-foot screen, and it says, "Called for Barack Obama." And we just went wild. It was outstanding, matter what color you were, what age you were, or what your gender was. Everybody was hugging everybody else, and it was just such a cohesive moment. Wow, I would love to relive it again about 50 times. And you know what else? It was not only celebrating the election of Barack Obama, it was finally realizing that the last 8 years are coming to an end. It was a real emotional floodgate for me. Mm-hmm. It's finally done, but now the real hard work begins. Yeah, we can't just leave it to Barack Obama. We've all got to do this. So, and he asked us to do that in his speech. Finally, there's a politician who's asking us to do something instead of go shopping. Yay.
It's taken a while for it to sink in that Barack Obama is actually president, because there's been 8 years of a president who is just so subpar and did so many things that were such the opposite of everything I believe in, of helping the economy, of protecting the environment, of building American industry and American jobs, and helping communities like Staunton and Augusta County, that I almost just got used to the idea that the federal government is never going to be any good. And now to have somebody like Barack Obama in there who, despite my own cynicism, I actually really believe in and I think is a great guy, I still don't quite believe it.
And I'm hoping this Obama win is going to bring about the most wonderful equality in this country that we have ever seen. Boy, do we need it. People are people. And the fundamental Christians, forgive me, go to church and they hear love your brother and they don't do it. That's got to change in order for this country to come into the new age and survive.
Mm-hmm. Virginia has been kind of like behind as far as like the progression of civil rights. Mm-hmm. And him going to Virginia is kind of like we see the change that's taking place in this state. And I think that's very promising, mm-hmm. very enlightening for African Americans, but not just African Americans, but all people. How Barack has a way of bringing people together. It's so important to stay together.
It's something in my life I never thought I would say,
mm-hmm.
but I'm glad I did.
So the Democrats paint the valley blue. In the end, not quite. Barack Obama polling in the 40s here in the valley, but it was significant. And I think all the people you've heard from in this presentation told you exactly why. From young to old, from white to African American, middle class, working class. It was a victory for the people, a populist kind of victory certainly for Barack Obama. And what you saw here, hopefully in this video, was that all these people were working hard together to make this happen. And I think you saw some of the emotion, you saw some of the tears that were shed, happy tears. But I think this was an election that really was defined by something that other elections have never been defined by. This wasn't just about politicians. It was about people taking the power back. And people here in Augusta County, Staunton and Waynesboro, definitely a part of that. For the Augusta Free Press, I'm Chris Grant.